Are you a Green Bay Packers fan? If yes, you are in the right channel. Before watching the video, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Think, why are you better, worse, or the same? Packers offense all about Jordan Love now. Green Bay, Wisconsin. A year ago, the question was whether the Green Bay Packers would be better, worse, or the same on offense after trading All-Pro receiver Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders. The answer became obvious as the Packers struggled through an 8-9 season. I feel like obviously losing Davante was a big deal, but we didn't fill that void, quarterback Aaron Rodgers said after the season, before he was traded to the New York Jets. Nobody can. He's superhuman. He's phenomenal. There was hope in certain things that were going to fill that void. Ultimately, that just didn't happen. The things we were able to do, I think, may have been taken for granted at times because we were able to create so many different things in the moment over the years, and especially the last couple of years, because not much changed other than his absence from the lineup. Now take Rodgers out of the mix, and it seems unfathomable that the Packers could even match their production from 2022, when they finished 17th in the league in total offense. But this much is known. The offense will be different with Jordan Love as the starter. Perhaps the sum could be greater than the parts, so it's worth looking at each position group to determine whether it's better, worse, or the same. Even GM Brian Gutekunst admitted after last season that Rodgers, at the moment, gave the Packers a better chance to win. I mean, you're talking about a 4-time MVP, right? Gutekunst said in January. So, we are very excited about Jordan and where he's at. There's no doubt about that. But Jordan's never played a 16-17 game season and gone through all that stuff. At some point, however, Gutekunst and company needed to find out what they have in Love. A losing season without a playoff berth proved to be the perfect excuse to do that ASAP. Love looks solid in the pocket, but he has struggled when the play breaks down, and he has to throw on the move. Clifford, a 5th-round pick, might have the edge on Edling for the backup spot heading into training camp, while losing veterans Cobb and Lazard means there's no one with more than a year of NFL experience. It should allow Dew and Watson to become stars, and their respective upsides are greater than where Cobb and Lazard are at this point in their careers. What's more, Dew and Watson should finally get on the field more together this season, after each dealt with injuries as rookies. Toure has received rave reviews from the coaching staff for reshaping his body during the offseason, while the addition of Reed in the second round gives the Packers another potential star in this group. Dillon has all kinds of motivation. He wants to bounce back from a down season, and he's in a contract year. He also has shown significant improvement as a receiver. Jones doesn't appear to have lost anything going into year 7 at a position where players often wear out. And they're deeper behind the top two with an experienced Taylor, an improved Goodson, and a 7th-round pick in Nichols. Coach Matt LaFleur and the offensive coaches want Lewis, currently a free agent, back for his leadership and blocking, but Gutekunst hasn't budged on his desire to get younger and more productive at this spot. While the loss of Tunyon and his career-high 53 catches from last season hurts, the Packers now have 2 highly drafted prospects in Musgrave, round 2, and Kraft, round 3, who bring an impressive combination of size and athleticism. Some in the organization think Musgrave has star potential. Bakhtiari and Jenkins are another year removed for their respective ACL injuries, and Tom's 489 snaps last year as a rookie have him primed for a full-time starting job at center or right tackle. He appears to be an upgrade from Newman, who has played more than 1,500 snaps the previous 2 seasons. NFL training camps are fast approaching, which means it is again time for the league's true insiders to have their say. As part of ESPN's 2023 NFL season preview, we surveyed league executives, coaches, scouts, and players to help us rank the top 10 players at 11 different positions, from quarterback to cornerback and all positions in between. This is the 4th edition of these rankings, and as usual, several players have moved up or fallen off last year's lists. Release the like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I update you with the news in the next video. By way of refresher, here's how our process works. Voters give us their best 10 players at a position, then we compile the results and rank candidates based on number of top 10 votes, composite average, and dozens of interviews, with research and film study help from ESPN NFL analyst Matt Bowen. In total, more than 80 voters submitted a ballot on at least one position, and in many cases all positions. We had several ties, so we broke them with the help of additional voting and follow-up calls with those surveyed. Each section includes quotes and nuggets from the voters on every ranked player, even the honorable mentions. The objective is to identify the best players right now for 2023. This is not a 5-year projection or a career achievement award. Who are the best players today? Check out who makes the list at every position on ESPN+. We will roll out a position per day over 11 days. The schedule: off-ball linebackers, July 8th, defensive tackles, July 9th, edge rushers, July 10th, cornerbacks, July 11th, safeties, July 12th, tight ends, July 13th, running backs, July 14th, offensive tackles, July 15th, guards and centers, July 16th, quarterbacks, July 17th, and wide receivers, July 18th. It's a beautiful year to be a top-shelf defensive tackle, and a rough year for a team to have to pay one. For tackles have received extensions or free agency contracts worth $84 million or more, and the likes of Chris Jones, Quinnen Williams, and Christian Wilkins could join the party soon enough. A disruptive force inside with the versatility to rush the passer, absorb double teams, and anchor a run defense is worth serious coin. Making more than $20 million without the name, Donald, on the back of the jersey used to be difficult, but no longer. The defensive tackle position is so loaded that several voters were eager to help us sort it out. Several major players were left in the honorable mention category. Let's look at some of the game's top interior defenders as ranked by execs, coaches, scouts, and players around the NFL.